All right, these are live pictures from the University of Johannesburg, where the situation has now turned violent. I'll ask my colleague Gabin Jokweni to come this way with me, and you will see these are some of the stones that have been thrown here at the Wits Great Hall. I will show you. Take a look at some of the stones that have been pelted here and have been placed on the floor. They've been pelted at the security services that are here. You take a look there. Another bottle that was thrown just a few seconds ago. This was after Nahau and other unions came in support of the students. Remember as well that just a few moments ago, they also managed to break through. There's one of the stones going again. Their stones are now, there you go, stones are being pelted once again. We are going, all right, absolute mayhem here at the university. Stones are being pelted, and there's absolute pandemonium taking place here at Wits University. Stones are being pelted, bottles of water are being pelted at the security services, and the security services are throwing back those stones. Take a look, that stone being lifted right there. Take a look at these live pictures from Wits University. It's a bit volatile at this stage. More stones being thrown. Now, the situation has turned violent here at Wits University. Oh, more stones being pelted. Gabi, come towards the side. Oh, my word. The situation extremely dangerous right now, as more stones are being thrown. Oh, whoa, watch. Gabi, come this side, watch. Whoa, they're throwing back. Come this way. Come in here, Gabi. Come this side. It's safer here. Come this side. It's safer here. Well, more stones. We're gonna try to stay. Gabi, stay here. This is safe. This is safe here. This is safe here. Be careful.
They're handling.
Be careful. Where are they manhandling them? Just zoom in. Absolute pandemonium here at Wits University. Stones being flung to and from. You can see there in the air. There's absolute chaos on the university now. So it's the protesting students versus the protection services at this stage. We're not going to go too close. There's more stones that are being pelted here. We're really trying to remain safe where we are. My colleague Gabin Jokweni, oh my goodness. These live pictures, the situation has really turned violent here at Wits University. You'd see some of the members of Nahau calling for calm. That is not assisting the situation at this point. More stones. There you have it. There's one of the protection services throwing back stones as well, which are being pelted towards the Great Hall. It's extremely unsafe to be where we are at this time. There are stones flying to and from. Very dangerous situation where we are. All right, we're going to try and move a bit back so that we don't get hurt here where we are. While there are calls at this stage, try to stand here, Gabi. You watch your head. I'll watch. Watch your head. All right. These live pictures from Wits University here in Johannesburg. The situation now extremely violent. Stones being thrown. I see now members of Nahau are in conversation with the protection services here. You'd recall how this had all unfolded this afternoon was when we had the students wanting to gain access to the tertiary institution, and that was not allowed. Once that had taken place, I'm going to try and move just a little bit closer. We're going to try and really be safe now, because there are stones that are flying from everywhere. Right, let's try and be where the other media are there. There's calls for calm now. We'll take you live there to exactly what is taking place now. Just be careful, Gabi, from where you are. Let's try to stand here. Let's point our cameras towards that particular direction where we can see. Take a look here. This is where the protection services are trying. It seems students are trying to come to more stones, more bottles being thrown. It is continuing at this stage. Let's be safe. Stay here, okay? So the situation extremely untenable at this stage, where students now are fed up. The protection services also, now also being asked to retreat from where all of this is taking place. And all of this unfolded a bit earlier on today, when the protection services were not allowing the protesting students onto the premises. We're trying to move around here so that we also don't get hurt. There's a lot of pelting. Oh, the security is now moving down. Let's just have a look. More stones being pelted. Gabi, come back. Gabi, come back. More stones being pelted. There doesn't seem to be a resolution at this particular point in terms of bringing this to a stop. There's absolutely no learning and teaching that is taking place here. It is absolutely impossible at this stage for anything to happen. More stones. It's continuing.
No, I'm not trying to take it from the people. You want to go up? Yeah.
All right. All right. Watch. Put that. More bricks now. Wow! Hey! 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 Yeah, just watch, Gabi. Yeah, just be careful, eh? Just be careful. I think let's go around that way. Well, these are still live pictures here at Wits University, where the situation is extremely untenable now. I think we'll stand towards this direction here. We'll try to stand here and see if we're not able to. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll have a look towards that. There you have it. A bit of safer place where we are now, a bit far away from the stones, but more stones being pelted towards the direction of the security services. I'm not sure if you're still live with us here on the SABC News channel. These are live pictures from Wits University, where the situation has turned absolutely violent. And it continues. Stay with us here on the SABC News channel. Tensions are extremely high. Tensions are extremely high. Are you still on us? Tensions are still, which means I can't talk to you. I'm talking. All right, tensions are still extremely high here at Wits University. My colleague Chriselda on the camera. Take a look at all the stones being pelted there. It doesn't look like any of this is going to come to an end. At this point, the security not managing to handle the situation at this point. Stones continue to be pelted. The situation has been extremely, Gabi, watch, have been extremely. There's sticks now that have been taken from the trees also. These live pictures. All right, students putting their hands up, perhaps an indication of a toning down of what we're seeing here. Gabi, if we could try to come towards this direction. Sorry, gentlemen. Sakela. besicela indlela ngapha. Let's see if there will be some consensus. Excuse me? If there will be some consensus here. Okay, they're seemingly trying to find each other at this particular point. All right. The stones are no longer being pelted now. There's a hope, I guess, perhaps at this stage that there won't be any pelting of stones at this particular point. We'll try to come a little bit closer. Perhaps there will be some discussions, I see. Some discussions taking place now between the students as well as the security services. I'm hoping from the point where we are standing, there will not be any pelting of stones. It's been extremely volatile here over the past couple of moments. We're going to try to see if... have a look at the visuals there. They're basically saying they're now coming in peace, no longer pelting stones. Let's see if all of this now will stay. Hey? Okay. No, he's taking them away. Look, he's put them down. All right. These are still live pictures here at Wits University. Let's try to find cover somewhere here. And as you can see, Gabi, please focus on this direction. You can see there some discussions taking place, wanting to bring, a resolution to the situation here. It's been extremely volatile here this afternoon at Wits University. And from the looks of things, from where I'm standing, I must reiterate that it doesn't look like there's been any learning and teaching taking place. Some of the students are engaging with the security services of the campus. And this is as the situation stands here at Wits University. A bit of calm at this moment, hopes that there won't be a resumption of the violence that we saw. I see the Wits SRC together with the EFF Student Command in negotiations, talks there with some of the members of the security personnel. Let's try to go up just a little bit, perhaps have a look at what is taking place here. Sorry, sir, 1 second. Take a look. These are some of the bottles that have been... Let's take a look at, there's some, we must apologize to our viewers. We must apologize to our viewers at this point. Take a look here. This is where, Gabi, we must apologize to our viewers. There is some blood that is here on the floor, indicating that there are some people who have gotten hurt here. This is where the scuffle had taken place, and this is where some of the stones had been flung from. This is where the security services were. But we must apologize to sensitive viewers for showing this blood, but this is as a result of the altercation that took place here between the security services as well as the protesting students. Very unsafe to be here at this particular point. Let's come with me. Have a look here. This is where the security services are. We're really going to try to be safe. Take a look at the floor. Take a look at the floor. This is where everything was pelted towards. And this is where they tried to gain access to. This is the entrance to the Great Hall where the students wanted to gain access to. And this is the team that obviously had been guarding this area together with these shields. This is where stones had been flinging towards. There are negotiations on the other side now between the protesting students as well as the security personnel, hoping to find a resolution because the situation itself really turning violent at this stage. Let me come with my colleague Gabin Jokweni. We're going to try to be safe here. I beg your pardon, 1 second. I beg your pardon, we're going to try to be safe and move. Sorry, Baba. 1 second, please. Thank you. Take a look. That's where the students are at this stage. The situation itself extremely volatile. I think we're going to try and just move away slightly from it. If you take a look, there are the negotiations taking place there. We'll try. All right, look now, they're picking up the stones in order to move them, the stones, it seems. They're putting them inside this box. Gabin Jokweni, come with me for a second. These are some of the stones that were used to be pelted towards the direction. They are now being put inside this box by the students. Just have a look. They're cleaning up now. They're cleaning this area. All right.
They're tired.
I believe you. All right, so we'll try to move back now. These are the stones that were being used to be pelted towards that direction. Let's try to see if we can't go to the talks that are being held. These are some of the stones that they've moved away from here in order to make sure all right, let's try to move towards this direction. It seems like the situation has now toned down to a large degree, but we'll move towards this direction. My colleague Linda. Then let's go up towards this direction here, hoping that we'll be safe. Let's see some of the negotiations that are taking.
These stones can stay here. Let's go.
I need you guys to go back. We'll sort it out.
All right, the students saying that all the stones are out at this stage. These are the stones that we saw a few moments ago that were being pelted here, and an indication. Perhaps I'm going to try and find one of. Perhaps we could bring you in from Sasko. Is there now going to be a ceasefire, if I can, because we saw a lot of violence taking place just a few moments ago.
Okay, the thing is, as I told you earlier before, these securities are bogus. They were hired by Wits to protect the institution, yes. We were throwing stones, but they were not supposed to throw stones back to the students. They were not supposed to do.
But you were also throwing stones back.
Yes,
they're arguing.
Yes, but they have something to protect themselves with, and the institution is paying them to protect themselves. But they have a manner to spray us with pepper spray, and at the same time throw stone. That is life-threatening to us students.
All right.
And what if it happens to a student who has asthma, that the student dies or something?
I could feel something was indeed thrown in the air. We had been choking as well. So we'll come back to you very shortly. Let's try and hear what is being said here.
What threw? You threw the stone back. You threw stones at us. At your old age. Who is the first to throw? You pepper sprayed us. You put us to force. You pushed us to force.
No, guys. Come on, guys. Let's do things properly.
You don't understand. You don't even understand the context. You're protecting this large white.
All right, still trying to find a solution to what is taking place here at the moment.
Because you know this campus is missing. Even if we start anything, you won't be able to. Look at the building you are protecting. Don't do this. Throw away the stones and not start militarizing this campus.
These are some of the stones also that have been collected from inside that are now being taken out. It gives you a clear indication of exactly what has been taking place here to and from.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, these rocks need to go. They must
him answer. Let him answer to SABC. Comrades, that is a weapon. That is a weapon. Can you please get rid of those weapons? Then?
We want them
those are weapons. These are weapons. Can you please, leadership, can you please get rid of these weapons? Can you please get rid of these weapons? These are weapons, and 4 of our students are injured by this. 4 of our students are not hospital because of this.
The bouncers who are brought in to protect buildings are hitting students with rocks. We need the nation to see what they're doing. Wits says they don't have money to pay for students' fees, but they're bringing in bouncers. Where's the money coming from? This needs to stop. These bouncers must go. They're undocumented.
All right, thank you very much. Let's try to move towards this direction as we try to move to a bit of a safer area. Again, this will give you a clear indication here of the mayhem that had taken place on the floor. You'd be able to see the stones that had been thrown here, and there'd also been some blood on the floor here, where it seems someone had been injured. Just take a look at some of the mayhem here. And I must apologize once again to our viewers. We have to show you this because this is what has been taking place here. The blood that you're seeing here on the floor. All right, let's move again. Guys, be careful. It's happening again. Sorry, guys. Guys, we mustn't get hurt. Kabi, let's go. No, guys, we need to go out here. Okay. Guys, we need to go out. Sorry. Please. Okay, now you see. Yeah, no, hold on. The police nyala has now also, will stand here. It seems like the police nyala has now been brought in to bring in reinforcement here. And this is the first time now that we're seeing police being brought onto the campus, I guess to reinforce what we're seeing. We'll ask our colleagues in the studio to stay with us as police have been brought in. These are live pictures at Wits University, where there's been absolute mayhem. I see police also come in with some of their weapons. But just hold it for a second there while we bring you these live visuals here on the SABC News Channel. Let's take a look at that police nyala. See one of the policemen it seems like police may be getting ready. It seems like police may be getting ready at this particular. Take a look there. Students are now putting their hands up and are basically saying, "We surrender. We're going to stop. No more of this fighting that is currently taking place." And I'm just going to move towards this area. Kabi, you can stay here, and I'll show you exactly what is taking place towards this area here. This is where the students are. This is where police have been brought in. Police have been brought in here, and it certainly seems like this is the first time that police have been brought in to try and, I guess, bring the situation to calm. Whether this is an indication of the fact that, they might retaliate. All right, maybe let's have a word with you, Ntate. What is the latest? You're from Nehau. What is the situation? I see police have now been brought in. Have you managed to calm the situation?
We have managed to calm the situation. Now I've already spoken to the police that we will control, everything will get under control.
So there'll be no firing of bullets, rubber bullets or anything?
No
tear gas?
Fire bullets. I've already spoken to the chief of police. There will be no firing of tear gas or whatever they've got. I told them that they must
Who is here from the police that we can speak to? Can you please bring her towards my direction? Thank you very much, Ntate. While we continue to broadcast, we'll try to get some word from the police on what the current situation is. Take a look at the students. Look at the distance between police and students at this particular point, where we are able to manage the situation. Yeah, let's perhaps bring the police in and see if they're able to speak to us. It doesn't seem like at this particular point. In case you've just joined us here on the SABC News Channel, live pictures from Wits University in Braamfontein, where violence, all right, take a look right there. A water cannon being brought in. What that possibly means, students also now kneeling, water cannon, 2 water cannons have been brought in. Stay with us on these visuals. We also have a police van that would usually have, once someone is arrested, they will also try to, let's move towards this direction, Kabi. Try to be in a safe place here. All right, students being told, all right, take a look at the number. All right, take a look at that is the water cannon right there. That water cannon is being brought in at this stage. And this is the strongest force of police that we've seen on the campus since this morning. They have just been brought in while leadership of Nahau, as well as other student leadership, is telling the students to calm down. We're not sure what this means. Stay with us here on the SABC News Channel. All right, I think there's a bit of a heightened attention now because the police nyalas are coming close towards this direction. We don't know what directive they have been given at this particular point. But those water cannons will not, all right, we're going to try to move back. Let's try to move back. It doesn't seem like, it looks like they're just coming into park at this particular stage. There's been absolutely, all right, it looks like it's pointed towards that direction. We do not know what is going to happen next. Stay with us. Please be safe there. Please be safe there. All right, media trying to stay safe also while all of this is taking place. All right, these vehicles moving towards where the students are, perhaps trying to push them back towards that area. We really don't know what the next line of march is here at Wits University. Students are now walking away. All right, there you have the police vehicle. Here you have the police vehicles that have been brought in at Wits University. We don't know what the directive is that's been given at this point. I'll just show you exactly where all of this is taking place at this time. Right here. This water cannon been brought in. Take a look, the police officer right there. The police officers on standby for any eventuality. And also, take a look at this police nyala. Also, you have public order policing here, and also another water cannon. Then if you turn around now, take a look there, that is where the students have been pushed back towards. We don't know what the next situation is going to be. There has been a sort of, putting down of these bricks, and there isn't any violence taking place at this particular point, but the tensions are certainly very, very high at this time. Let's go towards this direction and let's see if we may be able to get a sense from the student leadership. Baba, do you have a second for us? 1 second. What is the situation currently? 1 second. You can't say you can't speak to us.
No.
You can't say that.
No. What?
You must talk to us. Yes.
The head of security has hired these guys to come and throw stones on students. So this is how Wits behaves. We've been saying this as SRC. This is how Wits behaves. Gary Cruiser hired these guns, all of them. You saw them throwing us with stones. You saw them spraying us with tear gas.
So you're going to move back now with students? I see more police have been brought in.
We are going there for lunch, and we need food. If people can assist us with food, please assist us. We are eating, and we're going to give you feedback after we are done there eating.
Wits SRC president, after, of course, the challenges or the mayhem that ensued here, the learners or students have now retreated. Perhaps my colleague Jabin Jokweni, I'm sure his arm is extremely tired at this stage. And take a look there. That is where the protection services remains. And now, in addition to the protection services, you have police that have been brought in, I guess to try and bring about calm here at the university. It's been an incredibly tense couple of 30 minutes to an hour. The situation has been unbelievably out of control. Wits University still hasn't said a word at this stage. We've been trying to speak to them about what the way forward is. It is Friday. No classes are expected tomorrow. What is going to happen come Monday if the demands of these students are not met? These students are now saying that Wits University has the money to hire bouncers, has the money to hire personnel to come and protect its infrastructure, yet doesn't have money to support black students. Let's just come towards this direction again. You know, every time we move towards the police, we're trying to show you exactly what is taking place here at the moment. The police have been brought in, and you also have guarding the entrance here of the Great Hall. This is where the police, as well as the protection services here at Wits University, continue guarding the Great Hall, but a very volatile situation at this particular point. And whether this will be enough to quell the tensions, we certainly don't know. But let me take you again towards what you will see would have been the remnants of the mayhem that took place here at Wits University. Take a look here, these stones. My colleague Gabin Jokweni has been moving for some time now with his heavy camera on his shoulder, and I can tell you certainly not a turn of events that many would have wanted. Now, what will be the way forward? Whether Wits University will go around the table to have a discussion with this. Gabi, you can move towards that direction. And right here behind me will give you a sense of the security personnel, in addition to the protection service that was brought here, and now police contingent that was not here this morning. A bit earlier on this morning, when there had been those clashes between the EFF Student Command as well as the security personnel here at Wits University, we certainly did not expect this would be the turn of events here on this campus. Let me just remind you why all of this is taking place. Students are basically saying that those students who owe the university 150,000 Rand and less should be allowed to register, and they say that the NSFAS cap of 45,000 Rand for the accommodation is not sufficient, because accommodation would cost much more. They would then have to settle that debt. It's money that they don't have. They say they come from homes that simply cannot cope, and that whatever amount then would be in addition to the 45,000 cap by NSFAS would then need to be forked out of their pockets, which they don't have. They also indicate that the 10,000 Rand upfront payment, which is supposed to be paid upfront for accommodation at res, is simply not tenable. They're not able to pay that amount of money upfront. They are not in a position to do that. And then this morning, when we heard from the different political formations of student organizations at this university, they indicated that there's been no way forward with the university. The university, through its communication, has indicated it made available a couple of hundred beds for emergency. The students say that's not enough. They also indicated that they're willing to meet students. The students say what they're putting on the table simply does not suffice. So at this particular stage, it's been a very, very difficult situation. However, situation here is a bit calm now, and in addition to the students themselves protesting, now how has also been on the campus supporting the strike action. They say that they're now applying for a strike certificate. And if that happens, if that is successful, then that strike certificate would mean that the workers at this institution were also then down tools. So the dining halls would not be operational, and certain other areas as well. So a lot more reinforcement has been brought in to the university at this particular stage, but a very volatile situation here at Wits University. I think we'll take a bit of a breather for the second. Let me see if there's anyone that I'm able to speak to at this particular juncture. And see, yes, let me bring in one of the students that I spoke to from the EFF. And find out perhaps what is the way forward. We brought in the Wits SRC president as well. It's lunchtime now, I understand. What is the way forward, Buti? More police have been brought in. Students have moved back to that area now.
Students are peaceful, as you see. We have moved back to our area. We are getting lunch. We're going to regroup and we'll give a way forward. But we have asked Wits management to say, can these hippos leave our campus? Can they leave our campus? These are not students. Can they leave our campus? So Wits doesn't want to accommodate us, but look what's happening.
Have they come to you at all, maybe this afternoon, to say, let's talk?
Nothing yet. My phone is on. I'm still waiting. They have my numbers. Nothing yet. They have my numbers. They can even send one of their security guy, call the president, let's talk. They're adamant. They don't want to speak. And we've been talking with them from the last year. So they just want to respond with violence. So Wits is violent. Wits has brought these violent people. And we know our police in South Africa. They've killed people in Marikana. They've killed in Tumba, 2021. So Wits is saying, Wits, they must come here and kill their students.
All right, and from the EFF?
Well,
any communication from Wits?
No, none at all. Instead, the only communication that we got was that continue the protest. You will be made examples of what Wits is actually capable of.
Is that what they said?
That is exactly what they said. They bring these people, the same people that killed our brothers, our sisters, and our mothers in Marikana, the same people that killed Mtoses in Tumba, to come with live, not even rubber bullets, live ammunition for students in their campus, not the police's campus, their campus. What can we call that? It shows that actually Wits is now declaring war. And
on top of that, they're also doing propaganda. They're telling us that in the morning we vandalize shops. You were there in the morning at 6. Which shop did we vandalize? Which shop did we loot? They are busy sending propaganda. They're saying do not want to cooperate with them. The PYA has sent them a memorandum. We have also sent them a memorandum. But to what avail? Your Vice Chancellor is there in Cape Town. Yeah. He's not doing anything. Whether he's on vacation, whatever, it doesn't matter to us. In this institution, our Vice Chancellor is the Registrar, the Dean of Students, and the Head of Housing, which is Jerome, Carol, and Basil. Those are the ones. That one don't even recognize him anymore. He doesn't respect us. You can't bring these 4 trucks here to deal with us. They've killed our brothers and sisters in Marikana live. We saw it happening. That's what they want to do to us when we are protesting peacefully here. What we want is to be on campus. What we want is for our people to be registered. We can't say 39,000 students are registered and that is okay. Wits has more than that number. More than 10 or 15,000 are not registered. What happens to them? What happens to those who are registered and do not have food? This thing has levels. It's not about just registration. There are those who are registered who do not have food. There are those who are not registered and don't have food at all. There are those who are waiting on appeals. They chased away this NSFAS office here. Who must we talk to?
We hope to hear from you straight after you've convened on the way forward. Thank you very much indeed. And it really does bring me to, I recall on the day that Mthokozisi Ntumba was killed, a former colleague, Hasina Gori, and myself had been in Braamfontein, and that is when he had gone into a clinic, you would recall, gone into a clinic, and at that clinic is when he came out, he was met then with bullets as police had been, shooting at students. He passed away, and that led to several days of clashes between students and police, and the university trying to find an amicable solution to the current crisis. So we'll certainly hear probably in the next few moments what the way forward will be. I think give us a little break for a second there. My colleague Gabin Jokweni has been carrying I don't know how many ton camera for quite some time now. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with the latest on what the way forward will be in terms of how the students will proceed. We're also going to try and speak to Wits University. We've not heard from them at this stage. We were promised that we'll speak to Sharona Patel, who's the spokesperson for the university. We'll try to track her down straight after this. Back to you in studio.